Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Transformers Collectors Club Timelines Subscription Service 2.0 Figure 6 and bonus figure 7, which is Eject, and Rewind. Now, I'm doing both of these at the same time, because if you didn't get the subscription service, then you're not getting this guy unless you buy it from somebody else. So I will go over it now. And if you didn't, you should still be able to buy this guy according to what the club has said. Now, basically, these guys are some of Blaster's mini cassette tapes originally. This guy is one of the main characters in the IDW comic. Very, very cool story recently on this guy. I cannot say anything about it because it spoils way too much. And yeah, as you can see here, they retain Frenzy and Rumble's pile drivers, which are just as annoying now as they were when I first got that set. But that's whatever. So, they retain Frenzy and Rumble's vehicle forms as well, including the awful treaded wheels, as you often find. But they don't roll well at all. Also, your guns, which, by the way, are C-clamp compatible. So any of your C-clamp weapons, you can now click gold weapons onto if you wanted to, or onto them, as you can see here. But that's besides the point. You can also clip more onto them here, and I think that's it. Nope, also on the arms in robot mode. But again, with those stupid things. But anyway, comes the Autobot logo on each, orange instead of red, black instead of blue. Also, it's a different shade of blue than what you would find on the Frenzy figure, or Rumble, depending on who you ask. Both shades are different, which is nice, so there is no confusing this guy whatsoever. These kind of, for me, beat out the little discs that you get with the set for the blaster figure. Like, here's Eject, and here's Rewind for the data discs. You get the same color scheme, but it's way better in almost everything else. Unfortunately, they don't fit inside Blaster, but that's a different point. I have these guys, the Frenzy and Rumble, sitting next to the larger Soundwave mold. When I had the deluxe class, these guys seemed way too big. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, vehicle form's not too exciting. He doesn't turn into a flash drive like he supposedly does in IDW, although we've never actually seen him transform. So, anyway, pretty cool, neat little looking fella. So why don't we go ahead and transform Rewind here. Now I gotta keep their names straight. Fun game. So, we'll start by untabbing these. They don't tab in well, but they tab in. Pull them down and pull out the heels. And flip these 90 degrees. Next, untab these and rotate these out. It's on two joints, so first joint and then second joint. Then we'll rotate them 90 degrees. Then we'll bring each of them up on the sides, like that. Next we'll rotate these around behind the arms, and then fold this down to form the chest plate. Then we'll just rotate these down, the legs down at the waist, and you have Eject in robot mode. Neat little figure. I do have a slight flaw with this one. This joint's a little loose, so on both sides of this guy, so the arms tend to droop if I'm not careful when I'm moving them around. So pretty cool looking robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and transform Eject now. Also on camera, you might be able to see it a little bit better with the blue plastic as opposed to black plastic. So start by untabbing the legs, flipping out the heel. I'm not going to go through each step again because I just did it. These arms are much stiffer here than on Rewind. And here Eject is. Now you'll notice both of them have the camera on the side of the head. That's a very IDW Eject thing. I really wish they just did a slightly alternate head for this guy so you could actually say you have two separate molds here. But no, this is just a straight up repaint. Which again isn't bad. But the camera thing is very IDW Eject or Rewind exclusive. Now, he definitely does have that camera there. I know some people are already starting to take a little tiny red Sharpie paint pen and tap it with a red light, like he has in the comic book when it's on. But I haven't because I don't like modifying rare and exclusive figures. That's just me, though. Feel free to do it if you have one. So we got a pretty cool looking figure here, but on both accounts. You got the gold mixed with the silver and white and gray. Very nice. You also have the gold shreds on both. And you have the orange and red on the corresponding. The orange doesn't quite cover the blue as well, and there is some bleed through on the red as well, but overall, it's a fantastic figure. Now, with usually Frenzy and Rumble, you'd either have them holding their weapons, or you'd have the weapons sticking up out of the back. For me, I like keeping their weapons hidden on this mode just to give them a slightly different look. But that's just me. Now, originally they did have nice, long, slender weapons like these, so if you want to go accurate to the original toy, you can totally do that. So I'm going to remove this guy because he's changing the color of the screen again. But that's a different point. So overall, nice. And like I said before, they each retain the pile driver gimmick if you wanted to use that. But that's a very Rumble Frenzy kind of thing. Mostly Rumble than anything. But whatevs. Also, we'll note that if we bring this guy back in here for a minute, the gold and main color are swapped between these two. Like here you have the gold on the outside, here you have it on the inside. Which, that's true for both Frenzy and Rumble, and Eject and Rewind. Now again, Eject's your exclusive bonus figure, so you'll probably have a harder time getting this guy than this guy. If you were actually looking into getting these. I'm in the game of trying to assemble the Crew of the Lost Light currently, so I'm very happy that the Collectors Club subscription service also included Chrome Dome. These two look fantastic together. And, as an added bonus, if you take the other Legions class, smaller IDW characters, they are almost the exact same height, which they are in the comics. So, this actually turns out really well on almost all occasions. I wish Chrome Dome was just a little taller. But overall, I love the scale of this guy. He fits in almost perfectly with these two, and it's just amazing how they pulled that off. This guy is on a lot better scale than this guy. Just put it that way. And I've had this guy subbing in for this guy until he came in. Now, these guys are gonna go on some other shelf somewhere. But, overall, very cool figure set. Hope you guys enjoyed the video review. Rankings. You guys got rankings. I'm sure you want to know what I ranked these guys. Let's see. Eject. Eject got a 8.3, and Rewind got an 8.4. The 8.3 is because of the camera, which is not really that big of a deal, and the little bit of paint issue that I was showing you. The 8.4, he ends up getting an 8.4 because I'm knocking him for the stupid gimmick. Although it is a reuse, so it can be forgiven fairly easily. It doesn't make it any less frustrating. So, on that note, that concludes my video review. I really want to know how I did 2 in about a half of the time I did Jetfire, but that's besides the point. I think I just rambled too much. Overall, very, very nice figure. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any comments, recommendations, pointing out features I might have missed, I know what I missed. Never mind. I'm wondering what. Articulation. I'm only going to do it on one figure because, well, come on. They're both identical. So you have forward foot motion here, so you can do something like that due to transformation. Ball and socket joint knee. Hip. Weird rotation here if you want to have them bending over. Also due to transformation. Ball and socket joint somewhat hindered due if your weapon is in place here. If your weapon's not there, a little bit less. So, plus you still have to deal with the large thing hanging off the back of his arm, which, if you feel inclined, which again I will not be, you can just knock this pin out here and actually remove this section and just use it as a clip-on thing if you ever want them in the tank mode. But again, your call. Weapons are on a ball and socket clip joint. Head rotates. Elbow bends here. Harder on this guy. This guy keeps catching on something. It's like a little thing this gets caught on every single time. But the other one moves just fine. And then this because of the transformation again. That covers all the articulation. Head rotates. Little bit up and down, not much. It just tends to be springing back down, so I think I'm just bending something that I'm not supposed to be bending. Pretty cool. Highly recommend getting Eject, at least. Wow. Rewind. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Black is rewind. If you are into the Lost Light, More Than Meets the Eye comic, this guy is definitely a must-have. Same with Chrome Dome, but that's besides the point. He'll be a fairly hefty price, but yeah, what do you expect coming from an exclusive toy from the Collectors Club? Again, now this is about the right size for a video review. If you have any requests for video reviews, please post a comment down below, and I will do them up for you. If I've already done it and it's not satisfactory, like a lot of my older ones are not, I didn't have the rating system and stuff. If you want me, and I did multiple ones, I didn't do transformations. If you want me to go back and redo some of those, please let me know, and I will be glad to redo them for you. Again, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I think that's it. Have fun, and enjoy YouTube.